Every year, the fragrance industry tells you what's next, but trends don't evolve, they burn out. Some of the biggest fragrance trends dominating your feed, shelves, and releases right now aren't going to survive 2026. They won't disappear overnight, they'll just stop working. Here are the fragrance trends that will die in 2026 and why. Let's get into it. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. And if this is your first time finding me, my name is Gerard. Today we're talking about fragrances, more specifically, fragrance trends that I think are going to go away in 2026. So let's get into the list. For me, elixirs aren't dying, the word is. Every brand now has an elixir, extrait, or parfum intense that smells 80% identical to the original, with a louder dry down and a darker bottle. I think consumers are realizing something really important, which is higher concentrations aren't necessarily better fragrances. Brands have gotten greedy with that label elixir, and I think in 2026, that stops being a selling point, and unless the fragrance delivers real depth, balance, and wearability, we don't want it. Influences as we know them aren't necessarily going away, but credibility is going to be everything. The cycle has become predictable to the average consumer. Launch, free bottles, universal praise, silence. Viewers and consumers of content are learning to wait. If a fragrance still isn't being worn, mentioned, or defended 60 days later, it's dead on arrival. In 2026, instant hype won't convert. Only fragrances that survive time, rotation, and repetition will. Big collections in videos, you know, the racks of fragrances behind the reviewer, that used to signal experience to a lot of viewers. Now, they signal indecision. And that's not to sound harsh. I have a bunch of bottles and I don't like everything and I don't wear everything. And I have to really stand back and say, are these just taking up room on my shelf? Am I wasting time and money and space here? The shift is already happening. Curated wardrobes, purpose-driven rotations, fewer bottles, stronger identity. In 2026, the flex is not how many bottles you have, but how intentional you are with your choices. I did a whole video on this before, and clones have absolutely saturated the market. And I don't think clones necessarily are going to die in 2026, but lazy clones, yes, those are going away. 10 brands copying the same amber woody DNA with generic identical dry downs, that's just unsustainable. Consumers are now really catching up to redundancy, and something I've always prized my collection on is being avoidant of redundancy. It's something that for me is a total waste. Why would you want multiple versions of the same smelling scent? They are not different enough from one another to warrant having all those bottles, at least in my opinion. But it's not just my opinion. A lot of people feel the same way as I do, and just people are becoming more cognizant of how they're spending their money and where their dollars are going. They're researching more. They're going to trusted sources. I hope I'm a trusted source for a lot of you guys. And they're deciding based on that whether or not they should pick something up. Only clones that outperform, outlast, or meaningfully improve upon the original will survive in 2026. Flankers used to be cool. They expanded on the story that the creator was trying to tell. These days, they just dilute it. All too often now, when a house releases a flanker to something, it's the same DNA. Maybe it has a different gradient on the bottle separating itself from the previous release. Not even that is that good. I mean, there's a lot of these bottles that look exactly the same as well. The marketing might get a little louder for a month or two, and then it becomes a forgettable release. I have to imagine retailers are tired of the shelf bloat. Consumers can't keep track. I know I can't. And the brand itself starts to lose identity. And the brands are well aware of this. They are starting to take notice, which is why I think in 2026, brands will start reinvesting some of their profits into their flagships and creating entirely new fragrances and lines altogether. In a situation like that, we both win. The brands and people who really are passionate about fragrance and fans of that particular brand. Beast mode has completely jumped the shark in 2026. Headaches, fatigue, social rejection, projection without control and nuance is absolutely not luxury, it's negligence. People don't want to announce themselves from across the room. They want presence, an intoxicating scent trail, and some type of controlled restraint. I'm predicting in 2026, wearability beats overall volume of a fragrance and its impact on your nostrils, even though you're not the one wearing it, and a beautiful scent trail beats raw power. The overall price inflation of fragrances is absolutely collapsing without substance. Consumers are learning perfumer names, they're learning raw material quality, they're learning when they're being sold branding instead of craft. $300 niche bottles being built on generic ambroxan bases won't survive the overall long-term scrutiny. In 2026, overall pricing needs to be justified or it will be challenged. All too often, you see a brand come out, maybe it's a smaller brand charging a ton of money, but they have incredible marketing, and these fragrances do nothing different. They're not as high end as they want you to believe. But the best part is consumers are catching on, people are realizing what is all the fuss about? How is this worth this much money? And it's really gonna rely on your own nose and the noses that you trust that might be recommending a fragrance on whether or not it is worth that extra money. Which is why I always suggest sampling things. You can live with a fragrance for a little while and actually see if you like it. Cherry, burnt sugar, overcooked caramel. These notes are not bad, but they are being absolutely abused. When every release smells like a variation of the same dessert, fatigue sets in fast. By 2026, I predict balance returns. Freshness, texture, woods, aromatics, complexity over sugar. Now, none of these trends are going to vanish overnight. They'll start to lose overall influence and trust, and eventually just stop converting. I really feel like in 2026, the industry as a whole is being challenged. They are going to be forced to prove it, that things are going in the right direction. People more than ever are spending their money with a more educated approach. It's one of the reasons why on this channel, I've never immediately gone out and purposely just purchased a fragrance based on hype and then made a knee-jerk reaction to that fragrance. I try not to do that on this channel. So if that's content that you guys think you want to see more of, be sure to like this video and subscribe. I would be very curious to know what your thoughts are on this list and if there are any other trends that you think are finally going away in 2026. Drop it in the comment section down below. But if you like content like this, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share this video, hit that bell notification so you're updated whenever I upload new content. But until then, have a fantastic day, and I'll see you in the next video.